Hey guys, good morning. It is morning here, and today I'm going to be taking you through a day in the life, and this is my off day today. So it won't be training day, but I still have a few things to do. So first in the morning, we'll be doing cardio and doing my normal dog walk with my dogs and following my off day diet, which isn't too exciting because I'm really low carb right now. It's like 50 grams of carbs a day, 300 protein, and then 75 fat. So I don't have any big refeeds or anything that y'all get to see today. Also, it's a day that I do a lot of my rehab work too. So we'll go see Justin over at the Modern Movement and try to work on a few issues that I've been having kind of cropping up and that can be reoccurring, but I'm trying to address as well. So, and then today on these off days, like I get totally smashed on training. So I always look forward to my off days. I know a lot of guys are like, man, how do you stay out of the gym? Or I have a lot of friends too that just want to train every single day, and I don't know how they do it too. It just depends on your recovery ability and I guess the level of training that you're going to. But I do look forward to my off days and being able to rest. But it's a great day for me to work, so I do a lot of my computer work on these days too, and get ahead on client work and content work. And so when I do train, because it takes a big chunk of the day, so. We'll start off today, and I'll do my normal cardio. Gonna be doing 25 minutes just on the Stairmaster, and go from there. Got my poopy bag going on the dog walk. This is Storm. She's the female American bully. This is Logan. He's my male American bully. I think she has more pit bull in her. He has more like King Corso. These guys his big droopy cheeks. So we take him around the block one time, and then come back and eat. All right, back from a walk, so I'm gonna start making breakfast. And I'm doing like an egg, not quite an omelet, but it's like a skillet because it's just so much egg white. I just cook it flat and mix some stuff in. So, which I do like 100 grams of a mix of green beans and spinach. And you'll see this throughout my entire day. My veggies are always a mix of like green beans and spinach. So I do them all frozen, so it makes it really easy. For prep, just 2 minutes in the microwave, they'll be completely thawed out, so I don't have to sit here and boil veggies or steam veggies or wait for them to be done. So then in the omelet, or skillet, whatever you want to call it, I just do some onions and chopped bell pepper, and I would sometimes saute them. Honestly, I'm just really hungry today, and I'm just going to throw them into the spinach and just throw everything on and get it going. Hey, y'all shouldn't be in here. Out. One. Out, 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 out. Out, out, out. Go to your beds. Go to your beds. Go to your beds. My oatmeal overflowed. I forgot about it. It's like, God, worst day when that happens. At least it's oats and not like, you cook chicken in the microwave, it like overflows and you're like, oh, my chicken. It's like oats are cheap, so just start over. That's all you can do. Part 2. What I've learned with a massive egg scramble is to cut it into quarters like a pizza to make it easier to flip. I could fold it in half, but I need like 2 spatulas to do it, to be a one big omelet, and I'm not putting anything in the omelet, so just do it this way. All right, so I'm gonna finish up breakfast. I'll get to work for a little while, then we're gonna go and over to rehab and do some work on my shoulders. Hey everybody, welcome back to hypertrophy training. And we're now getting into our fatigue management section, which all these past sections have led up to really programming the stimulus. And we've put together some periodized, some training blocks, how we want to progress through those blocks, looking at the exercises, the sets, the reps, everything to that. Now it's getting down to like, we're moving through our training session, things are going well, but something's happening now, like fatigue's building up, we're getting tired. Maybe we have sessions where joints hurt, or maybe we have a session where like strength's dropping off and it's just going down, down, down. What do we do? What do we do to manage all this fatigue and keep those sessions being progressive in the short term, but also over long term, over our entire training career? What are the strategies that we can do to accomplish this? And this is where fatigue management comes in. So in this lesson, we're going to just have an overview of fatigue management.
If you feel any numbness in your fingers, let me know. Loss of bowel control is also a side effect.
Oh yeah, more cowbell.
Yeah, right? So anytime I test a weak muscle, I always like to look at the opposite muscle. So in this case, it's the subscap. So we're going to take a look at the subscap, clear it up, and then retest that infra and see if there's anything going on there. Okay. So can you do an external rotation into like a lat pull down or press? There we go, and then go all the way up, please. And bring her back down. And again, if this gets uncomfortable, aside from where I'm scraping, like in your shoulder joint, let me know. Like outside?
Yeah, like right in there is where it feels like it's just getting scraped away or something.
Alright, let's swing over to the weight room. I'm going to give you each a couple light movements to do.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a little shoulder complex I like. It's called Y's, T's, A's. It's almost like a swimmer. Out of it, right here, this transition. How does that feel?
I can do this all day.
Yeah, that's right. Rock and roll. Yeah, and that would explain why you feel that overloading in your pec too. If the GH joint's not sitting nicely in the girdle, the pec's going to try to pull everything in. Okay. Should do a beer commercial doing this with like a Miller Lite or something.
I was thinking more of like, I could be a guest on like Sit and Be Fit.
Sit and Be Fit, dude. What is that from like the 80s?
Yeah, I think it was PBS. Or...
Yeah. That it's more of a stability motor control thing than it is even a weakness.
Okay.
And it would make sense too because, like I said, you've had those internal rotation, external rotation deficits for so long, and you've trained for so long in these really stable environments, like on your hammer strength and your Smith machine, that whenever you try to bring in your decline press or even some non-stable movements, that you don't have the stability needed to stay away from the pain. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so rehab is all over, and just like I've had these previous issues, the big focus is that there is weakness like in the lat and in my infraspinatus to cause stability in the scapula, and it tends to like internally rotate me and overload a lot of the front structures like my coracobrachialis and cause these overloading issues. But the big thing from today was I was lacking like a stability with the scapula, so we had some movements that we're going to be implementing now. A few things for like just keeping my shoulder, getting to like good shoulder extension, and then like we're doing some holds at the end with a kettlebell to try to bring that scapula in and retract and depress and get that stability and stable environment for when I do go back into like heavy loading movements. And when I'm under that much load, I just can't create the stability, and I compensate with what I've been doing so far. So I need movements where I can just focus purely on the stability aspect without like the excessive heavy loading that I do. So he gave me a routine we're gonna do. I'll do that 3 days a week for shoulders, and I have another one that I do for my knee issue that I had, which is really stability at my hip joint. So can do that. So continue on with my off day. I think I'm gonna go to Starbucks and get a cold brew and then go back home and just work away. So I am back from my walk and this is my meal 4. So I'll do 5 meals on my off day. And you saw my breakfast, but my 3 middle meals, meal 2, 3, and 4 are all the same. It's 125 grams of, I do a mix of green beans and spinach and just mix it together. And that's usually always my staple veggies. I'll have 1 caramel Quaker rice cake with 10 grams of we make our own nut butter. So whatever we have on hand, usually it's half peanuts. And then the other part will be like cashews or almonds or even walnuts, sometimes mac nuts. So they're always this mix, but I'll do 10 grams of that nut butter. Then I'll also do 20 grams of mixed nuts as well. So it'll be about 15 grams of fat, about 10 grams of carbs. And then for protein, I'll just do 8 ounces of chicken. And I don't do a lot of, I could get more fats and do beef or something like salmon, but I actually just prefer chicken over the other ones. Salmon's on occasion, but I like nut butter. I like nuts, so that's what I stick to. And we've been using the Instant Vortex, so it's like Instapot's brand of an air fryer, which works really well, and actually the controls on it are a lot simpler to use than the air fryer that we had. And we'll go between that and the Instapot, so doing like shredded chicken or just like the air fried chicken just for variety, and that's enough. It's enough variation for me to stay interested with my food. Always mustard on like everything that I eat pretty much. And I'll do a little bit of G-Hughes. I don't weigh it out just because I have used it so often, and I use about like 15 mils of it if I were to weigh it out, just like a little bit to flavor it. And I add in some McCormick garlic, onion, black pepper, sea salt seasoning. That makes my nightly salad for every day, training day or off day. I always have this. I have that, so that's my 3 ounces of protein that I put in there. And then I also have another 30 grams of protein from Animal Way. And I put it in our Ninja and just blend it up with ice and about 8 ounces of almond milk, unsweetened almond milk. And then put it in the freezer and freeze it. And then I'll eat it kind of like it's almost like ice cream. So this is my meal where I can sit here and just like eat food for a while and enjoy. But that is the complete meal 5 for the day. And I'll eat this, watch some TV, and that's just gonna wrap up my really exciting day. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in and watching my day in the life of an off day for me. Please ask me any questions or anything else y'all want to see from me, and we'll talk to you again next time.
BP Muscle ตัวแทนนำเข้าและจัดจำหน่ายผลิตภัณฑ์อาหารเสริมแบรนด์ Animal และ Universal รวมไปถึงอุปกรณ์ฟิตเนสแบรนด์ Grizzly อย่างเป็นทางการแต่เพียงผู้เดียว